Hello everybody, today we're going to be reviewing LEGO Star Wars Set 75280, the 501st Legion Clone Troopers. Now this set is for ages 7 up and contains 285 pieces and retails for $30 in the US. Now this set comes with 6 figures, 4 minifigures, and 2 buildable figures. We have 1 Jet Trooper, 3 501st Clone Troopers, and 2 Battle Droids. Taking a look at the back of the box, we can see that the speeder bike has some stud shooters and that the AT-RT can move. It also has a stud shooter and it can be played in the Skywalker saga. And it also showcases a battle scene you can make with the figures and builds. So, without further ado, let's take a closer look at the figures. First up, we have a Battle Droid. Now, you get 2 of these in the set, and there's not much to say. It's the same Battle Droid design we've been getting for a while, and it still looks pretty good. I don't think there's much that they can do to fix this. It's already good enough with the head and the arms and the legs. It's a pretty plain figure, but it works with the context of the set. Moving on to the minifigures, we have the 501st Clone Trooper, and it looks amazing. Now, you get 2 other of these in the set. One has a rifle and one has another plain blaster. And they're all the same. They also have this really nice printing on the front legs and body and helmet. It looks much more accurate to the movies. Making our way to the back, we can see that the back also has some printing. And I think this is one of my favorite generic clone troopers. It just looks so cool with the blue and the white contrasting. And if we will look under the helmet, you can see that they have a new clone face, which is more accurate to the movies, which I appreciate. It makes the clone army more accurate, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy that. And all the clones have the same head underneath. Finally, we have what might be my favorite clone trooper of all time, the 501st Jet Trooper. Now, as you can see, the design is very different from the generic 501st. As you can see, it has more blue on it than this, with the arms and the body. But it does lose this middle stripe here for the helmet. And it looks pretty cool. It has the same legs, and if we make our way to the back, we can see that it has a jetpack, and it looks really cool. And of course, because this is a clone, it also has the new clone head underneath. And making our way to the back again, with the jetpack removed, you can see that there's some more unique back printing on the back of the figure. Now this is also different from the generic 501st Clone Trooper we get. I think it's one of the more redeeming qualities about this specific trooper. And all in all, I think the figure lineup with the Clone Troopers here are fantastic. But without further ado, let's get right into the builds of this set. First up, we have the Bark Speeder, which I kind of like this speeder. It's a bit bigger than other speeders, and I'm fine with that. Now, of course, you can notice that there's some sticker detailing on the front and back, and it's a pretty big speeder compared to most other speeders we get from different trilogies. You can see that there's some stud shooters in the front that you can fire, and you also have a place to put one of your clone troopers. And I really like the system they have here where you can lift the handles, place the clone trooper down, and make him hold the handles and operate the speeder if I can just get the handles. Oops. And just like that, he's now on the speeder. And this is there's not much else to say about this. It's a pretty generic speeder. But what makes this a bit more interesting is that usually in battle packs we would only get one build, which would be a speeder like this. But instead we got two builds, with this being the first one. And honestly, this is a nice little other build to go along with the ATRT. I mean, it's got some squish ability, and I can definitely see this being a very abundant thing for army builders who want to get tons of these battle packs. But after that, there's not really much else going for it. So let's take a look at the ATRT. Here we have the ATRT. Now, this is a much more accurate design. If you saw my Geonosis Troopers review, that one looks a whole lot more different than this one. And it looks great. You got the little turret on the front. You got legs that can be posed. And this is probably the best build of the set. You got a clip here for a clone trooper's weapon, whether that be the generic blaster or the rifle, as you see here. And you can also put a clone trooper in to have him operate the vehicle. And of course, this also moves around too. Got a lot of posability there. And between this and the speeder, I would have much liked it if we had just gotten this with 200 pieces, like the one we got back in 2013. But this is going to be a nice little up build for army building as well. And there's probably a lot of people who can turn this and the bark speeder into something more interesting that could probably hold all your clone troopers. And they also have sticker detailing on the front here and there, even on the legs too, if you can see. Also got some binoculars here that we can have them hold. And we got a bit of printed piece up here for the controls. And there's not much more to say. It's a pretty good ATRT. It's a bit downscaled, but that's fine. It feels more like an ATRT instead of the big ones we used to get. As you can see here, I've made a little battle scene with the ATRT bark speeders and the clone troopers, as well as the battle droids. And there's not much to say. The battle droids are pretty outnumbered here. My only problem is that the jet trooper does not have any clear pieces to put his foot on, like to attach maybe to here or off the bark speeder. But so that's a little disappointing, but you can just do that and it's a easy fix. And overall, for $30, it's pretty fair price for 6 figures. And people really enjoyed this battle pack, and I can see why finally now. It's a battle pack many have wanted for a while, and LEGO really made it one of the best. So I give this set a 9 out of 10. Great figures, decent builds, and fair price. So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.